Hey everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of the Board Game Mechanics. I am Katie, and with me as always is...
Hey guys, what's going on? It is Jason.
Full disclosure, I have no idea what day it is. I don't know the date. I realized I kept thinking it was Monday. I'm like, have I taught yet this week? I don't know. I honestly don't know what's going on right now.
The day we're recording is Wednesday. The day after Wednesday is Thursday.
Okay.
And then the day the episode releases will be Friday or Thursday. One of those two.
One of those 2 days. Okay. So today, both of our kids started online schooling. And I started teaching an online class this week, which happens to meet on the same day they started schooling. And then I teach another class that I'm in the middle of in the evening on the same day. So, I am pretty sure my brain is just goo in my head right now.
Mine's good. I mean, I haven't done a whole bunch, but I did a little bit.
Yeah, Jason was awesome. He totally helped our girls so much. He's definitely the best dad ever. And then he has to deal with my insanity, so that's double work. But don't tell him I said that.
I'm just going to drug you up tonight, and then so you can get a good night's sleep.
People will think this is date rape drug or something. You're being weird.
No, I mean melatonin, sleep stuff. Nothing weird.
I almost considered taking it before we recorded the episode because I'm like, oh, okay, well then it'll be in my system, and then when it's time then I'll be ready to go to bed right after. And then I thought, I feel like that is a dangerous game to be playing.
Yeah, I'll be talking. Katie, your turn.
So I decided not to do that. But I got up and met a friend for coffee this morning. And so I had caffeine in the morning and I was real jazzed and sugared up. And now it is all crashing down. But
it's crashy time.
I will stay awake for at least an hour to record this podcast. And in order to keep myself motivated, I do have a new Fickle Favorite. And I apologize that I don't know all the details. But Darren, you know who you are. Because I know that you listened to us because you remembered when I said, hey, I'm thinking about doing a new video series. Maybe. What are some ideas? And you sent me so many great ideas. They're all really good. And so now I'm like, ooh, because I had some ideas myself, and now I'm like, oh, Darren's got even better ideas than me. Crap. So I'm like, whose ideas should I use? Or should I mix them up? It's really great. So thank you so much, Darren. You are my total favorite. So I don't know if you're part of the Riveted group or whatever, but
yeah, I don't know. I don't remember seeing a name like that, but maybe.
But if you're not, join hashtag the Riveted on Facebook or something, or whatever, so that we can chat, so I can pick your brain for more great ideas. So yeah, that's just my own little adding this week.
Just remember, the favoritism is fickle, so don't get too comfortable.
Well, I mean, I'll see anybody else stepping up. I'm totally out of orange slices, people. That's an easy way to buy yourself into my favor. Visit a Speedway.
That's true. Oh. Although I tried to visit Speedways, and it's not happening around here.
Well, I was just thinking about how in a couple weeks we're going to be on vacation. And on that road trip, if we stop at Speedways, I can look for the orange slices and stack up.
We'll hit every Speedway on the way to vacation. So it'll take us an extra 12 hours to get there.
No, that's not going to happen. We could find a few Speedways and everybody would be happy.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about some news.
All right, so I actually have some news today. That's a big shock.
Yay!
But I did something, research, some preparation for this show. I know, that's another shock. But a couple of the games we're going to talk about are cheap because I did some video reviews, but we'll just dive right into it. So the first thing that's on Kickstarter now is a Dr. Finn's Games 4-game bundle. This has 16 days to go by the time this episode drops. And in this bundle there are, 4 games. There's a dice game that has the Biblios name on it. It's not Biblios the dice game. I was specifically told that by Dr. Finn himself.
Is Biblios quill and parchment?
Yes, but it looks like Biblios the dice game, but it's not. He said it's not. I don't know much about that one because I didn't get a chance to play that one, but that's the one I'm looking forward to actually because I like Biblios. I know a lot of people don't, but I like it, and I think that theme is interesting, and Dr. Finn makes a good game, so that one's cool. The 3 games that I did play are Nanga Parbat. I'm not sure how you say that, but that's how I'm going to say it. That's a game about climbing a mountain, setting up base camps, trying to collect different types of animals to score a pile of points.
Yeah, I remember you playing that. Okay.
Yeah, so that one's really good. It's really good. Probably my favorite of the 3 that I played. The next one, the 3rd game, is Butterfly Garden, which is a lightweight set collection game. You're trying to collect different types of butterflies to let them loose in like a place around town, like a park or something. But they want certain kinds of butterfly collections there to score pile of points. So that's Butterfly Garden. And the last one is Mining Colony, which is a polyomino type game. You're trying to terraform Mars, but
why?
It's I don't know. It's a generic red planet. It's not specifically called Mars, but it's a red planet, and you're trying to build space stations and all that stuff on there to score points. So if you like Dr. Finn's games and you want a pretty sweet deal, this is not a bad way to go. So it's $23 for 1 game, $42 for 2 games, $62 for 3 games, and $75 for all 4. And I'm pretty sure the $75 includes free shipping. I might have misread that, but if it's not free, it's like $5. It's real cheap. So
wow.
Yeah, so his games are really good. They're small. They're not a lot of them are 2 players, but actually the only 2-player one on this one is the Nanga Parbat game. All the other ones are, 2 to 4, I believe. So yeah, Dr. Finn, good. His games are fun. So if you are interested in any of those, go check that out.
Yeah, I actually I don't like Biblios that much, but I like the theme. So I'm really looking forward to trying that Biblios Quill and Parchment.
Yeah, I'm hoping that we got one of these coming. I don't know. I dropped another hint into Dr. Finn's ear because this is the one I haven't played. Like we even played the School of Sorcery game, which is a remake of Institute of Magical Arts. Yeah. But that's not included on this, which it should be because it's really good. But
it was good.
All right, so the next thing I want to talk about is a game called Familiar Alchemy, and it's from a company called DigiSprite. I don't know. And it has 22 days left. And what this game is it's a semi-co-op game about growing plants. So when I looked at the Kickstarter page, there's like 350 wooden bits that are shaped like things.
I love that.
So what you're doing, I'm still not sure how you get the bits to put onto things, but what you're doing is you're taking these bits that you have and you're putting them onto these flowers so you can get all the spaces filled to grow the flower. And then eventually you have to trim the flower to take some of the bits off and put them on your player board to either score points or transmute them into other things. The semi-co-op part comes in is because other people can also build on flowers, and then whoever has the most tokens on the flower is going to score more of the points. And there's also going to be points for the person who puts the last token down to fill in all the spaces. So it seems like a pretty cool little light set collection game with some interesting stuff like the cutting stuff off and moving it over is kind of neat. And it has really nice artwork, really nice bits. So if you're looking for a light, I'm assuming it's light. I have no idea. If you're looking for a game you can play with your family, maybe check this one out. It's 22 days left, and a copy of the game is $25. And I don't know about shipping. I always forget to look at that. But
I never
don't know,
look
$5-6
at that either.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get like 140 wooden plant tokens, and then 80 wooden flower tokens, and 60 wooden fruit tokens, and 40 ether tokens, and you get these 4 Secator tokens. I don't know what that is, but it's...
And I said they were wooden, but I don't know that for sure. They look like wooden in the images.
They are wooden. I'm reading it right now. I'm telling you they're wooden.
Nice. I didn't hear you say that. Sorry.
It's because you don't listen to me.
I was listening. I just didn't hear you say wood.
There's like little like wooden shears. Like they're pretty cute. I do love the shaped meeple for sure.
The only reason I even talked about that because it just had so much stuff, and I was like, "Wow, this is $25. That's nuts." Even if it's terrible, like those bits are amazing.
Yeah, the art looks looks really neat too. And it says
the art is really nice.
It says based on like Scottish folklore, which I think is really interesting. Because there's like here's a kelpie, which is like a fantastical creature. It's just very
Is that the one that looks like a unicorn or something?
Yeah, with a tail.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. Huh. Okay. Well, I want to get my feminism on because it's the 100th anniversary of the passing of the 19th Amendment. And so a game that I found on Kickstarter, which I thought looked really interesting, is called Votes for Women. So this is by, oh my gosh, what's the name of the company? Fun City? Dang it.
I was looking at Kickstarter and I didn't see this anywhere. And I wasn't just skipping over it to be a jerk. I really didn't see it.
Well, you don't see, for some reason, you never see the things that I see.
I know. My app it misses a whole bunch of games. Yeah, I don't understand.
But I also I really get into the weeds here about it. So it's called Votes for Women, the Battle for the 19th Amendment. No, it's not called that. Dang it. There's a book, there's a comic book, and there's also a board game.
Yeah, it's just called Votes for Women.
Fort Circle.
Yeah.
That's who it is. Fort Circle. And I was reading, I forget what the other game was. They did Tides.
I'm looking it up right now.
I'll tell you. I know where I can find it. Yeah, Shores. Shores of Tripoli. And a lot of people like that game, which I don't know anything about that. But so this, you can play solo. You can play cooperatively. Or you can play actually against each other. So it's 1 to 4 players. And it's like a card-driven game, but you do have a board where there's a map of the United States. So you start at the convention in Seneca in 1868, which is the starting convention where they start of a women's convention about women's rights.
1848. Yeah.
Yeah, in New York. And so as you're playing, you're going through 3 eras because they're corresponding to important periods of the movement of getting women to vote. And then ultimately you're trying to get the 19th Amendment ratified. So you have to get 36 states to pass ratification to win. So you can play against opposition so competitively. So the opposition is going to need 13 states to bury the amendment, which I think would be terrible. Who wants to play the person that wants to stop women from voting? I feel like that's horrible, but you can also play it cooperatively or solo. And so you're going around going through the events, and there are obviously cards that are trying to stop you. There's over 300 wooden pieces and 16 dice. So there's a lot of stuff in here. There's these little Votes for Women badges and things. And it has some historical photographs, from the women's suffragette movement. I just think it's kind of cool. It reminds me a little bit of the blending of history and gameplay that I love about Freedom of the Underground Railroad. This is only 45 to 75 minutes, so a little bit shorter as you're trying to get the 19th Amendment to the Constitution. So I think that's really cool. So it's already almost completely funded, but it still has 27 days left, and the game is $50.
Yeah, it looks interesting actually. I kind of like the art because it does really feel like Freedom of the Underground Railroad because it has similar art.
Yeah. I just feel I think it's very educational, but it also seems like a fun thing. And I think it's important for, us not to take the vote lightly. Yeah,
it seems super this sounds terrible, but it feels like a dry Euro. When I look at the stuff,
yeah.
Oh yeah, this map doesn't really look that great. It's America, but
it's really muted colors.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
It is.
This looks pretty good, actually, yeah.
But I think that the themes appears to be really strong. And I was reading through some comments. A lot of people said that they really value this company. And one of my favorite comments was someone said, "I'm backing this because I love women. Women are the best." Just some guy. And I was like, right on, man. So
That's funny.
if that sounds interesting to you, hey, women's suffrage. It's the 100th anniversary this year, the ratification of the 19th Amendment. So votes women, 27 days left, $50.
Yeah, that's cool. That's an interesting pick. I didn't see that at all. Yeah, I don't know how you find stuff that I don't, but that's a good one.
I know how to search the interwebs.
Apparently.
Because I can use like my my online stalker skills for good use, not just like tracking down weirdos that my friends want to date. And I'm like, nope, this is what I found. Look at this chick.
I guess that's true.
So yeah, that's the news.
All right, now we're moving on to some games that we played. And we did play all 3 of these games together.
We did.
So the first game that we played is a flip and write. Mm-hmm. And you're writing on the cards. And that game is called Silver and Gold from Pandasaurus. So this is a flip and write where you're going to get a couple cards in front of you that are different like layouts or like maps or whatever, patterns. And you're going to be flipping a card face up that's going to have like a Tetris shape. So the square, a little 2 shape. It could have the little Z shape. You know what Tetris looks like. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to use that shape to fill in all the boxes on your cards. When you complete a card, you're going to score the points at the end of the game and you get a new card. There's also some extra spaces on the card. There could be coins you're going to cross off, which are going to give you another little section you can cross off on another board. When you complete a row of coins, you're going to get some points. There's palm trees, which are going to give you extra points. It's just, I like it because it feels like it's less frustrating than some of the other roll and writes. I always felt like I had something to do even if I couldn't do anything. And it was fun writing on the cards with the dry erase marker. So what did you think about Silver and Gold?
I liked it. You totally killed the theme because, like, on each card it looks like a little island.
There's no theme.
Yes, it is. It's like an island that you're like a pirate searching for treasure. And so the island is comprised of these little grid squares. And so the cards you flip then are different shapes to cross off in the grid squares. So once you fill it, not only can you get points by like coins and palm trees, but you also get points for each card for filling it up. And then the nice thing about this, I think, is that you're constantly getting new cards. So, like, your chances keep going to increase in points. And then there are certain cards that maybe aren't worth a lot of points or don't have a lot of, like, coins or palm trees on them, but they can give you bonuses because there's, like, 4 different kind of suits, basically, on these cards. So you can get bonus points by collecting cards that offer those bonuses, which may not give you as many bonuses on the actual island. So I really liked it. Like, I always like kind of sneer about roll and writes. I'm like, everybody's making a roll and write, whatever. But pretty much every single one I've played, I really like. So maybe that's a show topic in the future. But it's totally my, like, some kind of weird snobbery that I have going on because I liked it. I thought it was really fun. I would totally play it again. And I think it's so accessible. Like, I could definitely have this played with any of my friends that are not gamers. Like, it was fun. I liked it.
I honestly had no idea that this was about pirates digging up treasure. I had no idea. I wasn't just being a jerk. I seriously had no idea what the theme was on this.
I mean, X marks the spot, and you obviously want, like, gold, and, like, there's palm trees. It's like a desert, and they're all, like, little islands.
I didn't even realize they were islands.
Oh my gosh, that's like the.
I just saw shapes on the card and just crossed stuff off and moved on. Oh man! Even in my head, when I not even trying to pretend there's no theme, I really didn't know there was a theme.
Wow. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, I like this one too. It is good. It feels a little less punishing than some of the other roll and writes because you could kind of do your own thing a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I also like that too. It's like, it's not like, oh, I can't do something because someone else did something. Like, I'm always like working on things, trying to use my cards. I'm trying to, and whatever way I want to do that. If I want to focus on getting more points through coins, if I want to focus on like big point cards, if I want to try to chain some of the, like the specialty bonuses, you know. So I do like that.
Yep. All right. So next up, we played Concordia with the Salsa expansion. So basically what the Salsa expansion adds, it adds salt, which is a wild resource.
Yeah.
It adds a couple extra maps. I can't remember which one we played on. Byzantium, I think. Does that sound right?
No, but
I don't know.
Maybe.
It's something. It's one of the boards in Salsa.
Oh, no, maybe. Yeah, maybe that's right.
And it also adds some forum tiles, which are basically going to be either powers that you can use the entire game when certain cards are played, or they're going to be one-time powers that you can discard to get the stuff. So, like, I may be able to get a forum tile and get a couple salts that I can put on my board and use for later. Basically, the forum tiles come in when you're using your, what is that card? The Diplomat, no, not the Diplomat, Tribune.
Oh, Tribune.
When you Tribune to pick up your cards, depending on the number of cards that you pick up, not only do you get money based on the Tribune card, but based on however many you pick up, is going to tell you how many spaces out of these 4 that you can pick one of the cards from. So if you pick up 10, you can pick any of the cards, 8 up to the 3rd one, so on and so forth. It doesn't it doesn't really change the rules a ton, but it just gives you a little more stuff to think about and makes the Tribune a little more fun. So, yes, so that's Concordia Salsa. What do you think about this one?
I mean, I really like regular Concordia, and so I like this. I wouldn't always have to play this, because there are some expansions where I'm like, oh my gosh, we always have to play with this. I don't think that's necessarily true. I think salt's cool. The problem is, for some reason, it's like they forgot what size they made the rest of the wooden
That's true.
like resources, because the salt bags are like 3 times the size of any other resource. So it seems real bizarre. But I like the idea that you have a wild resource. That it is more difficult to get, and there's some unique positioning on the map that we did, but I think it's just as good as regular Concordia. So I'd be happy for like a change, as like a map change or whatever, to mix it up with this one, because I thought it was really good. I liked it.
Yeah, I liked the salt, but I agree with you. I could just play Concordia without it, but I really did like those forum tiles. Those forum tiles were cool.
They are cool. Like, sometimes I'm like, this is like way overpowered, but usually the really like strong ones are like a one use kind of thing, not a recurring power. So it's kind of, it does kind of beef it up a little bit. I could see, like, we played it 2 players. I could see if we played it with more players that the game would go by really quickly, because you're able, at least I thought I was able to complete like a lot of settlements and get those out there and buy up cards and stuff, because I didn't have to get always the specific resource. Like I had salt there that could kind of supplement it, so I felt like I was really able to like get out all of my settlements and make some things happen a lot easier almost in this one.
Yeah, I agree. I was struggling with the rules for some reason. I cheated a couple times on accident. Yeah, I don't know. I felt like I wasn't remembering anything, but then like by the end of the game, I got them. So there is that, I guess.
Yeah, it was good. So the last game we played is one that is like so out of definitely my wheelhouse. The fact that there are kind of minis involved is way outside Jason's wheelhouse. And that game is Wasteland Express Delivery Service. And I'm pretty sure this is one that Joel has talked about before.
Yes, he likes it.
Yeah, and I had some other friends that like it as well. So this is like a post-apocalyptic setting, which I don't love. Think very Mad Max. Even though I love those movies, I don't want that in a board game. So you are a person. You have like a tank or a weird car or some kind of shaped vehicle, and you're moving around in this wasteland to collect items at different places. You can sell items. And then you've got these goals to complete. And in order to win the game, you have to complete 3 of like, what's the word he used? 3...
They're priority deliveries or something like that.
Priority deliveries. I'm like, certified mail. Like, no, priority deliveries. Yeah. So you can complete other goals for like money and stuff, and like goods, but you want to complete 3 of these priority goals in order to win. And so they can have you do a variety of things. And so you, like, some of them have you like pick up and deliver certain things places, have a bunch of money, go around and beat up like some of the gangs of outlaws that are out there. And like all the while, like you've got your truck, you have to have spaces for cargo in there. You can have modifications to it where it'll help you fight, mods that'll help you like be shielded from radiation. You know, you can have allies get like a bunk where you have somebody hanging out with you that'll help you out. And there is like roll to resolve combat, which Jason doesn't normally love, but I thought it was pretty good. So I liked it. I just don't like games where it's like a race to do a certain number of things, which is why I think I don't like a lot of Jamie Stegmaier games, actually. Sorry, Jamie. Where it's like, oh, be the first to complete this many goals. I don't like that. I want to complete goals, but have those goals add up to points that I decide how I get those points.
I don't want the points because I can't win. I can't get enough points. I can get to the goals first.
And I can't, so that's why I want points. So what do you think about it?
Oh, I like this one. I think I might have liked it a little bit more than you because I really like Pick Up and Deliver. And we may be talking more about Pick Up and Deliver later.
Jab, winkle.
But, so, yeah, like you said, it has roll and resolve for combat. And I don't love that, which is kind of why I didn't do it. I tried to dabble in it, and it bit me a couple times, so I just stopped. So I just did other things while the three of you were kind of doing that. And I went around and just made deliveries, and I actually ended up getting all three of my priority deliveries or priority mail things done first. I'm winning. But yeah, it seems like it's going to be a lot meaner than it is, but really you can avoid a lot of the meanness if you just move in different ways. So it just felt more like a Euro with the Mad Max theme to me a little bit.
Yeah, I didn't think there was a lot of take that or anything at all. Like, and the fighting is done against other factions, not other people playing the game. Right. I mean, I completed 2 out of 3 goals, so I feel like I didn't do poorly. But I would have liked to have been like gotten points for each one or however that resolved and worked out. So that I could have done different things. Or like I had goal cards in my hand, but none of them were priority. So I'm like, well, I'm not going to bother doing these because they're not going to get me anywhere towards the end goal. And I would have liked it to be able to say, okay, I'm going to actually pursue my own goal cards to get points to like leverage what I'm doing. But that's not how this game works. So, I mean, I liked it and I would probably play it again. But again, I just don't love that kind of mechanic.
That's true. I feel like there's less motivation to do any of those personal goals that aren't, the little things that you can actually use as a priority delivery.
Yeah.
Why would I spend time doing that when it's taking turns away that I could be doing one of the 3 goals that I have to complete? So, yeah, I didn't even go for any of those because I started the game with one personal goal that actually let me, count as an in-game goal. So, yeah, I don't know why you would do any of those without...
Right, and
that didn't matter, yeah.
And I didn't have any of those as an option to take, so I just had to work with the ones that were out there. So that is the game we played, and Wasteland Express is a pick up and deliver game, as is indicated by the title, Wasteland Express Delivery Service. And so, in light of that, we thought we'd talk about other pick up and deliver games that we really like. So tonight our feature is our favorite pick up and deliver games. I guess I'll start. And the first one I chose is actually a 2-player only game. And I haven't played it in a while, but I generally really like this game because I think it's different from a lot of 2-player games. There's a lot of game in here in a really small box, but it's so fun. And that game is Akrotiri. So Akrotiri, the art has this cool, like, ancient Greek looking map, and so you're placing tiles to kind of create these islands in the middle of the water, and so you're also placing water too, but you're doing it so that you can get islands that have orientations of like sources, like resources and things, so that you can build temples there, and they're like the layout is going to match some of these gold cards that you get, which is what gives you points. But you need money. So to get the money, you are going to these islands that have these resources. You're collecting the resources, and then you're taking those back to like the mainland and selling them, so you can get money to build your temples to meet your goal cards. It's just it's pretty simple as far as what you do on a turn, but there's a lot to think about. And I definitely love small box games that have a lot of great content. So I think Akrotiri is one of those. And so that is my first choice for pick up and deliver, Akrotiri.
Yeah, I was going to put this on mine, but I picked the one that I'm going to talk about over it. But I think the deep part of this game is trying to figure out where you're going to build those temples. So you have these cards in your hand and you're trying to see, like, you know, where the red, the green, the blue dots are on the map, and you're trying to make sure that you're building the temple according to how they're laid out on north, south, east, and west. That is the trickiest part of this whole game, but it feels nice when you can build a temple.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so the first game I'm going to talk about is a trick-taking game that relies heavily on pick up and deliver. Or I guess I should say it's a pick up and deliver game that relies on trick-taking. And
yes.
It's called Tricky Tides. So this is a game where you're doing a trick-taking hand to try to determine which way you're going to move your boat, who's going to get to move their boat first, and what you're trying to do is you're trying to go to different islands, pick up different types of resource cubes, and then deliver them to another island that wants certain types of cubes to take a card that's on that island and score some points. There's a little more to it. There's some monsters you can move around that do some special abilities. You're trying to collect different types of cards that have certain monsters on them too for extra points. But in essence, it's just go to an island, pick up some cubes, go to another island, drop off said cubes. And I don't know, it's really good. It's a pretty small box. I think it's about the same size box as Akrotiri, but there's a lot of fun in this box, and it looks nice. It has great production, and I like it. So my first one is Tricky Tides.
Yeah, it's a good one. I love the artwork on this one, and I think some people who don't like trick-taking games are like, I don't know. But if you like pick up and deliver, that's really what this game is, because the trick-taking, like, it's just really you choosing where you're going to move. The actual taking of the trick is not always the thing that you're really that interested in.
Right. Yeah, sometimes you want to lose it because you get to move the monster around. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so it is a super fun game, and while it's small like Akrotiri, it's less thinky. So I think this one is a little bit easier to introduce to people. Definitely like a lighter, like a midweight game for sure. Probably lighter game. I won't even know if it's midweight.
Yeah, it's probably Family Plus. That would be my weight rating.
Sure, that sounds good. All right, I never thought that I would put this next game on a list.
You're such a sellout. You're such a sellout.
Oh, shut up. You like this game.
I do like this game. You're right.
So the second game that I picked is Broom Service. And this is on an earlier podcast episode where it was a second chance game because I had said forever that I hated Broom Service. And you can go back. I know it. I'll go back to episodes where I railed on Broom Service. And so we gave it another try, and I really like this game. I kind of want us to play it again, pretty soon. Not with 2 players, obviously, but...
Yeah, it's not good with 2.
I think we played it with at least 4, and it was really fun. It just was. And I honestly didn't think of it as a pick up and deliver game at first, because I'm more... to me, what stands out about that game is the simultaneous action selection. Because you're choosing, am I a brave witch or a cowardly witch or, a brave.
Right.
But you have to be able to deliver things in order to get some kind of points. So you need to be able to go to these certain places, I think.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't remember this game, even though I'm I knew I had a good time last time.
Yeah, so, you're using the weather fairy to go chase away storm clouds with magic wands. Mm-hmm. You're using your druids to go deliver your potions to towers.
Oh, yeah, the potions. That's what you're delivering. I'm why can't I not remember this?
And if you're a brave witch, you're allowed to move to a different space and deliver, but only if you're brave. Yeah,
you can only do one. So you are trying to
pick up and
right.
deliver.
You're trying to get the potions or the mystic fruit or whatever. No, it's all different colored potions.
Yeah,
you've got the green,
orange, and purple.
And so you're trying to get them to these different places and drop them off to get your points. And so, I was oh yeah, I guess it is pick up and deliver. I just always think about the way you pick up and deliver then is through your action selection. So,
yes, Yeah.
I enjoyed it a lot, and I thought, you know what? That deserves to be on this list as I was looking at all the games to choose from. So that's my second choice, Broom Service.
Yeah, the interesting thing about this one is sometimes when you deliver, the potion stays on the tower and it kind of shuts that tower down. So you may be ready to make a delivery, but somebody makes a delivery to that tower before you.
Yeah.
So then you have to go move somewhere else to deliver that color. So that adds a little bit more like trickiness to it, but there's tons of places to deliver, so it's not a big deal. But yeah, I like this game a lot.
Or you need to move first before you deliver, and that doesn't happen.
Right, because you're not
in the
brave,
right order.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like a programming game, but you have to follow. If someone plays the Weather Fairy, but you wanted to play the Weather Fairy fourth, you got to play the Weather Fairy first, and then that screws you all up, which can be kind of irritating, but also fun.
Yeah, it's good.
All right, so my next pick is an Uwe game, and it's one that we recently got, I don't know, 2-3 months back, maybe longer than that. I don't know. Everything's a blur now. And it is called Merkator.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about this game, and I didn't even think about it when I was looking through Pick Up and Deliver. But what you're doing in this game is you're moving a little pond, not pond, it's not water, it's a little pond. You're moving from one city to another by using time or getting time, and then you're picking up cubes to put into your warehouse. And then what you're going to do on another turn is you're going to be moving your pawn to another city to fulfill contracts from stuff that you picked up from previous cities that are stored in your warehouse. So it is pick up and deliver, but it's not like I'm going to go here and then I'm going to go right to this next place and deliver what I just picked up. You're kind of picking up for a while, and then you're going to go deliver what you picked up over those last couple turns. So it's a kind of a longer play out, I guess, of pick up and deliver, but I really like it. So that's Merkator.
I can't decide if I like this game. Like, I like playing it, but I don't know if I like the game because it is really freaking hard.
It is hard. I agree.
Because you're like, oh, yeah, I need to get this stuff, so I need to go to this place. And you're like, well, crap, I can't even fulfill the contract because the one I have for that stuff is completely somewhere else. So you're like, well, I just got to gather my stuff and wait till I can deliver it to the right spot. And, like, trying to get the contract and the stuff and all that to line up rarely ever happens. And, like, you're hoping people will go places so you can follow them to get the stuff so you don't have to waste your own turn. Oh, it's hard, but I think I like it.
Yeah, it's good. It is kind of brain burny and irritating when you're like, man, I'm now in Russia, but of course I need a stupid black cube, and I can't get the black cube because I got to get out of Russia for that.
Right.
Yeah, it's frustrating.
Yeah, that's a good choice. My last one is probably the lightest of all of my choices, which is saying something because they're all pretty light. But this last one I picked, not because it's like, oh, this most amazing game, because it's just super light, but it is fun. But I love the components of this game, and I've talked about it before, and that is Black Fleet. There's a little bit of where you're like fighting other people, but this is pick up and deliver. That's all you're doing. And even when you fight other people, you're fighting them so you can pick up and deliver the goods that you take from them.
Right, yeah.
So it is pure pick up and deliver. It has these great ships that actually hold the pieces that you're picking up and delivering, which I think is awesome. The metal coins are the best. And it also has this really cool method of movement where you're playing like at least 2 different types of cards. Or you're playing 3 cards because you're going to move your ship, you're going to move your pirate ship, your merchant vessel, your pirate ship, and then you're going to move like the Royal Navy or whatever, the people who are like keeping the waters clear of pirates. And so you're doing that through card play. And so different cards, you choose which card goes for which item or which boat. Some give you extra wind, like all these different types of bonuses. Like, it's really great. Actually, you play one card that has 3 different things on it. Yes.
Yeah, it has a color, and then it has how much you can move your...
Right. So different cards will allow you to move different ones of your ships different. And so you're like trying to decide, okay, what do I want to go further? How am I going to get the goods? Am I use this to steal the goods from somebody else? I'm just going to try to move my own boat farther so I can get my goods dropped off. It is pure pick and deliver. You're trying to collect the most money from delivering and or stealing and delivering goods.
Yeah, and I'm actually surprised you like this one because it's one of those race games where you're trying to be the first person to pay for all those cards in front of you to flip them over.
But, like, you can do that however you want to get coins. You know what I mean? So, like, if I want to just go around pirating everybody, I could do that. Or if I just want to go back and forth between these two sections, I can do that. So I like that kind of option. It's not like, oh, I have to go to this place first, and then the person goes to this place first. Like, we're all getting coins. You're all getting points somehow. I don't know.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. So you can store up a bunch of coins, and then over the next couple turns, just flip a bunch of those cards.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. I like this game quite a bit. It's fun. It seems like something I probably shouldn't like because it could be kind of mean depending on who's playing and how jerky they want to be with their pirates. But when your pirate gets destroyed, it just comes right back. So it's not a super huge deal.
Right. It's just a much more, I think, a lighthearted kind of thing, and so it's not. I don't find it really that mean. Like I'm like, oh man, why are you picking on me for? But even if you're like stealing one good from me, you can only take one good. I still got two. Or if you send my pirate, like get my pirate ship like arrested or whatever, I can come right back, or I can move my merchant ship or whatever. So it's not like it cuts off all your options or takes away everything you've built up.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, this is a good game. I left it off my list intentionally because I thought you'd want to put it on yours.
Really? I almost didn't.
I considered it. All right, so the last one I want to talk about also has black in the title, and it's called Black Orchestra. So I didn't even think about this one at all because to me this is a co-op game, and it didn't feel like pick up and deliver. But then I started thinking about it, and what you're trying to do here is you're trying to go out on the board and you're trying to get weapons, you're trying to get poison, you're trying to deliver those items to where Hitler is so you can kill Hitler. So while it may not be the actual focus of the game, I feel like it is a big part of the game because without that stuff and without having people where you need to be, you can't kill Hitler. And killing Hitler is how you win. So I got to go around and pick up some weapons so I can go shoot Hitler.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it's a stretch, but I feel like it is pick up and deliver, but a little different than like Black Fleet where you're going to a place, picking it up, and then delivering it somewhere else. It's a little different than that, but it's still at its core, I think, it's pick up and deliver.
Yeah, when I saw you post this, I'm like, this is a freaking co-op game. And I was like, well, you know, if I've got microfilm or like explosives or whatever, I have to make sure not only do I get those to the right place that my plot says, but that Hitler is also there. So... and maybe I have to pick up stuff from other people to get it there too. Or we all have to bring something there. So it totally is pick up and deliver. That's how you win. Like, you can't just say, oh, I happen to be here at the same place as Hitler. I'm just going to shoot him. Like, just go rogue. Like, you can't. That's not how the game works at all.
That would be a lot easier, though.
It totally would be. Like, if it was a Kill Dr. Lucky, like, I happen to be in the same room as Hitler. I'm going to go after him with a spork. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see how it works. You know, but it's not. You have to pick up and deliver it. So I think this is I don't think this is a stretch at all. I think it's a great choice. And I do love this game.
Yeah, I like it a lot, too. It felt like a stretch. It still kind of feels like a stretch, but I guess as I talk through it, it is a pick up and deliver game. So I'm happy with it. I'm happy with this pick.
Yeah. Okay, so that's some good choices. So those are 6 of our favorite pick and deliver games. And there are many more out there. Like, I know Finca and Cinque are 2 that came to mind as well.
Cinque
But Jason, I don't think, has played that. So
I have not.
What are ones that we missed? And I think there are some maybe like that you don't think about right away as being pick up and deliver that they really are. So you want to start a fight about it? Do it. Post on our Facebook page. Definitely join #TheRiveted, our Facebook group. Awesome people talking about games, just having a good time. Follow us on Instagram, on the Twitters. We got the YouTubes also. So Jason's always putting stuff out there. I probably should. But right now the idea of thinking about starting a video series makes me want to run into oncoming traffic. But it may happen still. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
So speaking of YouTube, before you go any more, I recently did a crossover with Board Game Rundown. And they have one of my videos on their channel somehow. and it's about how much I love minis games. So for all you out there who think I don't love minis games, you need to check out this video because it will prove you wrong, and it will show you that deep down I am a minis game lover. So go check them out on their YouTube, Board Game Rundown, Game Talk Network, wherever you can find them. And you'll see my ugly mug on the thumbnail, and you can watch that if you want to.
I've heard that that shots were fired towards me by said individuals who once appeared on my Fickle Favorites. You better believe they're off that list. Let me tell you. Because space games suck.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I gotta agree. Except for Terraforming Mars. It's good, but the theme still sucks.
It does. So, yeah, check out the YouTube page. All kinds of crazy things are popping up there. I mean, really, like, this could be the beginning of a beautiful partnership. You know, maybe. If you want to cover space games and I never have to play them, you know, just saying. I mean,
we don't play them now, really. So
then I won't have to pretend like I'm going to play them at some point when I totally am not.
Yeah.
All right, I've got Stanley Cup playoffs to watch, so I think that's a wrap.
Sounds good.
All right, I've been Katie,
And I'm Jason.
Keep gaming, everybody.
Keep gaming.